Most people want success. They dream of financial freedom, a bigger house, the perfect car, traveling the world and living life on their own terms. But here's the brutal truth. Almost no one is willing to pay the price required. Everyone loves the idea of success, but few are ready for the sacrifice it demands. And that's why they stay stuck, broke and frustrated. No sacrifice, no success. That's not just a motivational slogan, it's one of the deepest laws of life. If you are not willing to give something up, if you are not ready to trade comfort for growth, then you will never step into the life you say you want. Success doesn't come by accident. It comes through deliberate, painful, disciplined sacrifice. Think about it. Every champion in history, every millionaire, every leader, every visionary who has left a mark on this world, none of them got there by chance. They gave up sleep. They gave up comfort. They gave up friends who didn't believe in them. They gave up the easy life. They sacrificed short-term pleasures for long-term greatness. And that's the difference between those who succeed and those who never will. The truth is, you can't have it all. You can't party every weekend, spend recklessly, sleep in every morning, waste hours scrolling on your phone, and still expect to build wealth, fitness, and impact. Something has to die so something greater can be born. That sacrifice, Jim Rohn once said, we all must suffer one of two pains, the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Discipline is heavy. Waking up early when you're tired is heavy. Saving money when you'd rather spend is heavy. Studying when you'd rather watch TV is heavy. But regret? Regret is unbearable. Regret is looking back at your life, realizing you wasted your chance and knowing it's too late to get it back. That's the weight most people carry because they never learned sacrifice. And here's the reality, you're already sacrificing. You sacrifice your future every time you choose laziness over action. You sacrifice your health every time you eat junk instead of nourishing your body. You sacrifice your potential every time you trade discipline for distraction. The question is not if you're sacrificing. The question is, what are you sacrificing? Are you sacrificing your future for the present, or are you sacrificing your present for a future that's worth it? Let's make this practical. If you want financial freedom, you must sacrifice spending money on things that don't matter so you can invest in things that do. If you want a strong body, you must sacrifice comfort food, late nights, and laziness so you can train, eat well, and recover properly. If you want freedom of time, you must sacrifice wasting hours on meaningless entertainment and start building systems, businesses, and skills that set you free. The law of sacrifice is unavoidable. There's no hack around it. Success is rented, and the rent is due every single day. The problem is, most people want the trophy, but don't want the training. They want the result, but not the responsibility. They want the destination, but not the journey. But you cannot separate the two. Imagine an athlete training for the Olympics. Do you think they feel like it every day? No, but they sacrifice comfort because the medal is worth more than the pain. Imagine an entrepreneur building a business. Do you think they never feel fear or doubt? No, but they sacrifice security because freedom is worth more than comfort. Imagine a writer, a musician, an innovator. Do you think inspiration flows daily like magic? No, they sacrifice distraction and show up even when they don't feel like it. That's why they succeed. Sacrifice sharpens you. It forces you to grow, to adapt, to toughen up, to become resilient. Without sacrifice, you stay soft, entitled, and weak. And weakness will never create greatness. Here's the trap. The world today sells you the opposite. Society tells you success should be easy, instant, and effortless. Social media shows you lifestyles without showing you the grind. People flaunt the cars, the houses, the vacations, but they don't show you the sacrifices they made to get there. You see the highlight reel, but you don't see the late nights, the tears, the failures, the risks. And so you start to believe you can have success without sacrifice. That is a lie. Let me say this as clearly as possible. The bigger the dream, the bigger the sacrifice. If you want average, you can sacrifice very little. If you want extraordinary, you must sacrifice almost everything. That's the trade. That's the price. And only you can decide if it's worth paying. Think about your own life right now. What habits, what comforts, what excuses are holding you back? What are you unwilling to let go of? Because that's the very thing that stands between you and success. Maybe it's fear of judgment. Maybe it's the comfort of staying in the same environment. Maybe it's the addiction to entertainment, the need for approval, or the fear of failure. Until you sacrifice those things, you will remain stuck exactly where you are. But here's the beauty. Every sacrifice plants a seed. Every time you give something up for your growth, you water your future. Every hour you invest in learning instead of scrolling, you get smarter. Every dollar you save instead of wasting, you get stronger financially. Every workout you complete instead of skipping, you get healthier. The harvest comes later, but it only comes to those who sacrifice today. So the question you must ask yourself is, what am I willing to sacrifice for the life I want? Success is not about luck. It's not about wishing. It's not about waiting. It's about sacrifice. The sacrifice of ego, the sacrifice of comfort, the sacrifice of excuses. The truth is, it won't be easy. Some days you will feel like quitting. Some days you will feel like nothing is working. Some days you will envy those who chose the easy road. But if you stay the course, if you keep paying the price, if you keep sacrificing what doesn't matter for what does, one day you will wake up and realize you've built a life most people only dream about. Remember this, the pain of sacrifice is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts a lifetime. Sacrifice now or regret later. You choose. Success doesn't come to the smartest. It doesn't come to the luckiest. It comes to those who are willing to sacrifice what others won't. You have one life. Don't waste it chasing comfort. Comfort is the enemy of growth. Choose sacrifice, choose discipline, choose the hard road, because at the end of that road is the freedom, the wealth, the health, and the success you've been searching for. No sacrifice, no success. That's the law. Don't just hear it. Live it.